Let's check out the Penguin in round 1. The current top seed. All right. Will a wild Carlsen appear? We'll find out. But for now, the slippery guy, round 1 against Jagalko. Both players streaming. Here's their match score, 607 to 270. We have a classical Nimzo Indian land. Penguin always plays this Queen C2 variation of the Nimzo. Going for H4, G4, G5. Intending for queenside castles, going right after the king. This can be a great thorn, even as a pawn sack. Gives up, permits the knight a huge square on G5, rattles the kingside structure. First chop and some development on the king side. The knight moves, the knight dives in. Okay, no castling for the Penguin yet. Wants the queens off, and then a knight kick. Okay, knight here, kick the knight, and then here, although you have to watch, knight here. So, that's a kind of a little bit surprising. I would have expected bishop here instead to offset the knight. This guy's a little wild now. But the time, 21 to 36. Blazing speed, d5 under fire, could be hit even further. Could be hit with all pieces soon. This guy's going to fall. h6, a little bit soft. Probably swipe the knight. Tricky piece. And he's up a clean 2 pawns and just has to watch out for the blunder of a full rook, and he's got it. And this is a sneaky, I was going to say, a sneaky conversion. A simple conversion. Look at the sneak artist. And a little delay there with the capture. Was he trying to say, you're not catching me in no pre-move. I got this. I got a lot of time in the bank. All right, well, the Penguin gets the first one. He's paired up now in round 2 with arm 7s. Let's see. Going for a central break. That's what I think when I see a knight on e2 instead of f3, keeping this idea open. Feels a little like a Benoni variation with this knight getting kicked back in the corner. Much, much different structure here, and I think black is doing okay. Well, white is now up a pawn, and the knight is quickly getting back into play. Notice how I'm thinking backwards instead of forwards. 2 different approaches to d4. White up now a solid pawn. And nice control over the dark squares, all base points covered. Black intending to put some pressure on e3. Wants to go prevent if here, maybe could be kicked around a little bit. You have h4, or winning a pawn. This is hit now 3 times, the queen is seeing it, but the knight is also hit at the end, so no time to grab the pawn. Okay, white is now up still a pawn. This knight does not want to stay here forever. The rooks cannot see. Even on the clock, offering a queen exchange, wise choice. Up material, f4 now sensitive. Here or just support. If you push, you're weakening f5. Knight has 1 square. Queen exchange soon? No, just defending e5. Maybe g5 and then e6 or h4 and then here. g5 first, rook is hit. Defended, the queen is cornered. Queen is not having a fun time. I'm reminded of an Alpha Zero game. The queen's stuck on the king side here. Oh, moves like that are just so painful. We're going to have mate soon. Oh, so slick. Let me just back up for a second there at the bishop. Discovered, check, and mate. Penguin on a roll. 2 games, 2 wins. How are the standings? Liam Chess. Not sure who that is. Has the doctor entered? I don't know. Penguin, meanwhile, has gone berserk against international master Mesa One. So we'll see if the Penguin can score a touchdown here with just 30 seconds. G4 hit. Bishop under controlling the knight. The knight angling for e6, keeping pressure on g5 stops this break. A knight on g5 would be excellent. Knight on f8, no mate. 16 to 38. Okay. Just lost some material, but these rooks are looking a little clumsy, and he's got some material back. Oh my goodness. He's so fast. Rook here, queen g2. How are you stopping this stuff? These rooks, this knight is killing both rooks. You get the rook at the end, you can't even give the queen for the knight. And rook. You take here first. Rook blocked, there'd be a check on this square, and only then do you take the queen. This is all too easy for the penguin. 3.3 seconds is too much. He's just going to take the rook. Yeah, 2 seconds is an eternity for the penguin. 2.1. An eternity. Whoa! I wasn't expecting that. What? No way. I'm getting word in the chat that somebody has entered in a van. Okay. Somebody's maybe in a van. That must sound so ridiculous to many viewers who are not familiar. Okay, I will be checking out a player with the account Man with the Van, I guess, after this game. That is one Magnus Carlsen. Is that queen trapped? Oh my goodness, look at every square except for that guy is covered. And why isn't the queen going here? What? Oh, he was going to get mated or something? Is that what was nearby? Oh, it must have been that. There was a mate threat and the queen. I want to go back. Maybe I could check it out real quick. Bishop takes c6. All right, I will be most likely jumping away from the penguin game. Okay, I'm curious though. Can I go back? Go. Was it a mate? Yeah, there was a mate threat. If queen here, there's a mate in 2. Okay, so let me see what you guys are saying in the chat here. Some might say is in first, international master. Is what you're saying true? Man with the van, man with the van. I know who man with the van is. Hang on. I'll get this sorted out. I will get this one sorted out. Man, there he is. Look at this. You're not hiding from me. Man with the van is one of the doctor's accounts. This is Magnus Carlsen. Pretty sure. Where is he at? Standings, man with the van. He's flawless. Okay, that's... Yeah. Okay, 20. Someone's in the chat saying 2889. So weak. Says chess is the best game on Twitch. Okay. So how are things looking here? Very good on the clock. Position-wise, not so healthy here on White's king side. Queens can be exchanged soon. You just want some exchanges. Okay, White targeting e6. One rook off, and he's just prepared to hide. I don't care about this pawn. He's half dead anyhow. Let me safeguard my king. I'm doubled up, and then some on the clock. The queen is hitting stuff left and right. Hitting stuff left and right. We don't need to look at the position. Dr. Estranged was doing quite well there at 11th place. This one is not going to go his way, though. Just push a passed pawn is the plan. There's a fork here. Do we care about it? I guess a little bit. 3 seconds. This one is over. Knight is hit. And a goner. Okay, man with the van, Carlsen in there with 16. And no idea who this one is. May 6. Okay, we have the wizard. The wizard. What was this? A Kalashnikov variation? Okay. Okay, queenless ending. White now with the bishop pair. Black with the center. And a knight that's going to be kicked. Connect knights and then here? No, who cares about connecting knights? Who cares about the structure? Black's prepared to take with the f-pawn, say things are cool. All right, so to defend this pawn now, he's... Fischer Spassky, just grab that rook pawn. Show me if you could trap my bishop. All right. I have to watch out for this. This bishop maybe can be kicked away. This is a little tough here. How to untangle. Okay, for now, bishop is hitting the rook, grabbing a pawn now. The knight is hit twice. King going here. No, just a knight move. Okay, now the king is cut off. Can you double rooks? This is not looking good for black. Not looking good. Now, it's balanced. But how are you dealing with these pigs? These are wild pigs. Look at these. These are pigs too, basically. Isn't he getting mated soon? Feels like he's getting mated soon. Didn't care about losing the c-pawn. This guy's bolting. That's just game over, I think. Yeah, this is over. The wizard also doubling up on the clock against man with the van. And who cares about pushing the pawn? We have checkmate. Okay, Carlsen goes down to the wizard. I said before the tournament began that the wizard always gives him a tough game. Well, he knocked him out. That first pairing between these two accounts. Georg Meyer, next opponent for the... I'm so used to saying for the doctor. For the man with the van. All right. So I'm not sure. I mean, the last time Carlsen played under this account, he was in a vehicle. So we'll see. All right. Basically a symmetrical structure. Bad for good bishop exchange. There will be a fight over this only open file. Okay, it's a knight game and major piece game. Some imbalance with the structure. There is a square for this guy. Not easy to kick this guy away. Pressure on a2. This knight might be stranded though if you take it. And he's going to say, show me. Queen here, you could take the rook first and then play here. That's what we have. It's the only save. Is he not just winning this pawn? So he's going to try this kind of stuff. Keying in on these dark squares. So knight takes here, and this knight is trapped. Where does this knight go? Here, if there's a pin, you just take the knight. It's a little scary. This pawn has come quite a ways here. You're not quite in a position to do this because there's promotion at the end, so... Okay, now it should be pretty clean. The base points are covered. The queen could you could give up one pawn just to get this guy rolling. Queen here. Guard your king, defend the pawn, don't allow this. Just throwing... It's just a classic time burner. And he could probably put the queen here and then dodge a bunch of checks or whatever. Okay, it doesn't matter. Look at the time. He's up 11 seconds. Okay, let's see the standings. Some might say is having a 3,085 performance, international master. Rebecca Harris up there in third. Grandmaster Naroditsky. Who else is on page 1? Sarin and Draken. Okay, Dexter 29, who is also streaming. He's getting hit with, what was it? The bird. Reverse Dutch. I know it as the bird first. F4, looking for F5. F5 with a knight getting into F4 is also pretty good. So let's see what he ends up doing to make forward progress on the king side. Okay, starting with G5, looking to squash the bishop. Black has picked up a pawn, but there is no longer a dark square bishop around. White has dreams of mate on G7. How do you make that happen? Well, he's first going to kick the queen away. Where? No, he wants a wild rook on the 7th. And now this knight is a strong piece, and these two are currently not playing. And we're going to have a queen exchange. Black is simply better. Black is winning. All base points covered. These pawns continue to march, and this guy is just not in the ball game. What? What was I missing there? Couldn't the knight have just been captured? Huh? Knight takes knight? Oh, pawn. Pawn advances. Haha. Yep. Now I see. Only now. Only now. Those pawns are dangerous. Don't let two pawns get to your... Don't let two pawns just be a single step away from promotion land. It could be dangerous for you or your opponent. It was going to be dangerous for Carlsen there. Okay, he got that one. Right? Got that one? All right, these are going too fast. Penguin, by the way, is on a roll. I think he only lost one game. Up to something, international master. These are now both very weak. The black rook will gain some activity if there's a queen exchange, if white's going pawn hunting. Very good coordination. Swipes the knight, puts the knight on a stable square. The rook could just be won. What? No, I'm definitely not missing something there, right? If you could take a rook with check, come on. What was that about? Was there maybe some glitch? What? Queen takes b8. Okay. Sarin, next opponent. Man with the van gets that one again. He is in 8th. 8th versus 7th. Going for a kingside fianchetto. Looking to eventually break down d4. Remove a defender of d4. Strike at d4. Get a knight to d4. Can we do that? Maybe. Eliminate a piece that controls this. There we go. Now plant the knight on d4. A lot of d4 talk. And now there's going to be talk about b5. b5 now, Benko-like, or do you support it with a6? a6 seems too slow. Things are opening. Try to get a knight here. It'll be swiped immediately. This bishop would be a non-factor. So let's see. Cannot allow a knight to get here. g5. No, okay, so a break. Yeah, if you take with the queen, there's an exchange, and then you would drop the knight. So, okay, I think black is now better. These next two moves, okay, so he doesn't want to take here because it gives the knight the d5 square. Maybe f6? Okay, he's grabbing a pawn on c4 first. Whoa. Look at how deep these pawns are. Don't let the queen get here. Check. Knocking out a pawn. Maybe f5. Oh, he's going for the exchange, a fork-a-roni. But wait. But wait. Oh, this is just losing. You can't take here because of check and then mate. And if you go here, there's going to be this. There's no great thing happening against the king. He's a little too fast there. The doctor, or the man with the van, goes down. Okay. Oh, what did he just throw out there? b4? We have the wing gambit. White down a pawn with some activity and a lead in development. Some activity for the rook, I should say. A lead in development, taking out now the e5 pawn. Pressure on this guy. Try to control this square. This pawn can then roll. Oh, Greek gift land? Well, the king's stepping up. We have bishop here to defend h2. I've missed this many times, and I think black missed it as well. This idea to defend h2 with the bishop. Now trying to remove the knight. So it's a bishop versus two pawns in balance. Okay, and now up the exchange and a fast and furious pawn here. A knight and a pawn versus rook imbalance. How to push this guy through. First, some pressure here. Just grab the pawn. No, just remove this guy. Second, oh, he's trying to remove the blockader, I should say, of the passed pawn. Let's see. 7th rank, pressure here. Is there a good queen check? Not a good follow-up check just yet. Pressure now on f7. It's defending f2. He was threatening mate on h8 with the queen on d4. Knight can't move. There is no check here. Knight once more cannot move. What? There's no perpetual here. The queen could always block on g4. And there's plenty of time here. Up a rook. Now mate or a queen exchange. Okay, so we should see some fast moves coming in. King here first. He's being a little sneaky, and this should be a simple one to convert. Ooh, why even give that rook up? We don't know. Okay. Plenty of time still. No time for May, I don't know. What are they trying to say there? Maybe next time? Okay, Penguin. A couple losses in a row. Where is Man with the Van? Where is Carlsen? Is he in the top 10? Is he there yet? Ah! Penguin. It's not showing that Penguin's streaming. Pretty sure he's streaming. It's a big pawn grab. Back in development, Black. Big center, if he can just catch up a little bit development-wise. He's going queenside. Kingside is a little holy. Here. All right, big center. Very big center. Maintain this. The bishop is shut out. Babysit? Or push? None of the above. He's giving up a pawn to get a little more development in. He questioned there for a second, bishop takes pawn. I think the king would simply duck. All right. Still a big center. Black now only up one pawn. And will be quicker to get the king towards the center. Well, the pawns continue to march. Bishop is hit now twice. Bishop moves. This is going to fall. And these guys are going to run. There's no counterplay. The Penguin resigns. Did the Penguin berserk that game? No, I don't think he berserked that game. All right. Carlsen in there. Ranked number 13. What was that start? Knight f3 back to g1. He got pushed around some more with these center pawns. All right, bishop pair, and white is now up a pawn, but way back with development. Trying to keep things closed. He needs time, that's why. Let's close it up so I can have just a little more time to complete development. I see. Save the knight. Knock the knight out. Taking advantage of a pin. His bishop is loose. Careful. Can I have his queen sack? It's pretty closed. Oh boy. It's looking dangerous. Bishop is not... Maybe you could take here. The queen is defending the bishop. Okay, rook d1. Trying to offset the d-file squares a little bit. Skewer land. It's picking up some material. Are there any checks against black? Not really. Bishop here. Stopping queen d1, queen f1 stuff. This is the most sensitive square right now. Maybe just take the bishop in here. Oh, there's check. Oh, maybe just king takes pawn there. Okay, imbalance. This should be better, I think, for white. If this king can get this pawn, it's gonna be tricky. The bishop has to go here. What? What? He forgot he had to go there and sack the bishop for the pawn. He's going down. He's going down. Yep, it's a resigner. No resigner. He's not throwing in the towel yet. I'm not sure why. Okay, now he threw in the towel. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay. Gotta go there. And it would be a draw, I think. I don't know. It would be black who would have to maybe be a little bit careful, because white would get these and still have 2 pawns. Okay. Ooh. All right, he's back in there. He's ranked 21st, and he's gone berserk. He has gone berserk now. I'm seeing in the chat is Sasha Grischuk. Yes. He's in there. I'll check the top page. I didn't check the top page after that game. See where we're at. Who's in page 1? Maybe we'll see page 2 for a second. All right. 2-1 majority on the king side, but there's still a lot of pieces around. Let's see. Pressure on d5. This is a big pawn for... Oh, there it goes. There's a pin. It's going to start talking about blockading this connected pass pawn. It's a goner. Simplified. White is up a rook. Okay. What? Why would you do that? Just gave away the queen for the knight? For what reason? I don't think you could time burn your way to victory here. 24-6. What was that about? Queen. I mean, it's not over. I mean, it should be over, but it's over. What was that? Queen takes knight. Oh, he was maybe just in pre-move thinking king there had to be played? Maybe. Maybe he was just thinking the king had to go to the corner. Okay, we have Carlsen versus Andraken. They had some good games. I think they played a few in one of the arenas. So we'll see. Okay, yeah, I think that's a very important move, as otherwise black really starts to get rolling in the center, kicking off with e5. You see a ton of support there by the black pieces. Knight on f7, bishop on g7, controlling that e5 push. Removing the knight. c4 now falls. It's going to get a pawn back, kicking the bishop to what square? Okay, a stable square. a2 falls. Can we get running here? Okay, he's going to rattle this bishop post. It's a very strong piece, so he needs to go. He's too good on e3. He's giving up a pawn now. Bishop takes here. Deflecting the queen away. Notice that this is an important defensive knight here, as otherwise there'd be a mate at the end of that variation. So he is up now 2 pawns, white. The bishop controlling this pawn. Bishop now in a stable square. You could probably go here, opposite colored bishops, with an eye on the clock as well. It's making it difficult, black is. We got a knight that's going to do some dancing. Okay. King b5. King here. Wants to get that bishop out of there so he could promote. He's going after some pawns. Time is a big problem for black. And there goes the bishop. Okay. And Draken goes down. Let's see the pairings. Convlad, Penguin, Cake in Space, BMW Hero, Wizard, Pop G, and I am missing some moves here. Advanced French. He's not taking this pawn just yet. There is no trick at the end, no check to have the queen defending d4. He's gonna go hunting. Now opposite side's castling. I don't like this for white. It's way too underdeveloped on the queen side, and this queen, it seems like there's at minimum a perpetual against the queen. If you want that, do you want more? Yeah, if you try this, hitting f2, maybe there's this move. I don't think the queen could escape. I have repetition there. Huh. Queen got a little too hungry, I guess. Opper has not been playing in all of the arenas. He has... this is a very low rating for Opper. I think he has been close to 3,100 top rating, 3,000 or 31. Just get out of any tricks here, so no queens on board. A bishop that would love to be captured. I think having this pawn here would be wonderful for black. So he's prepared to go here. I think the knight's ready to dive in. Oh, this is a very nice clamp. If you can maintain b5, you control these two pawns really well. Definite recapture with the pawn, or no? I mean, you're going to get this guy now. Oh, there was going to be a fork, so there's no time to win some material. So now this is a fantastic configuration, a knight that cannot be challenged. This knight is also under control. Black with the more active rook. Better king, maybe. I don't know. Better knight and better rook for sure. This knight could get hungry. Go after this point. I think he's gone astray a little bit. This knight should not have drifted. But look at the clock. Whew. 30 seconds. Still remaining. 40 moves in there, and now a very active rook. Both sides with an active rook. Mate and one threat. Two different mate. No, not just one. One mate and one threat. I thought this was also mate as well. There was a threat there. There goes f2. This knight is under fire. Where's a good square? Okay, looking for an ensuing fork. Rook activity. This should be a... Okay, yeah, this should be a draw. But the time is going to be a problem for Opper, I believe. Some time burners. He's going to try to get away with this, and I think he's going to manage. I think black's going to manage. Having a rook and a pawn. Opper goes down on the clock. Abic02, International Master. Scandinavian, the doctor is in 29th. First page, 48. Not sure how many points Carlsen has. Exactly, I see it in the chat. The time burner emote. A time burner at the end. This king is having a very tough time. Very big problems, dark square problems. Get the queen here and here. There we go. Gonna go straight in for it. Scholars like mate. Yeah, he throws in the towel. 15 mover. Okay. 48, 46, 44. That's your top page. What's top 20 looking like? There you go. Top 20. Here we go. Another pairing. D4, C5. His rating has bumped up quite a bit since the beginning. Gets the piece back. Bishop pair for white. Strong center for black. Good knights for black as well. These pawns are immediately running. Doesn't care about the kingside structure. White eyeing up a weak square now. Now here would drop f6, so the bishop right here to kind of mend this structure. Just back off. Okay, you'd be dropping this pawn. All right, so a wasted move right there. This was a nice reply, knight h4. There is a check. Okay, he wants to simplify a little bit. He's going to get that. I think it's a good idea to pull the rook away. Yeah, so that's why white is returning. There's some nice potential for white on the f-file. Some weak squares here for sure. f5, f6. There's still this check here. If you take, you do invite the knight here, even if you do get this pawn. You give black a really big square on e5, so he has that. Queen, or the rook is fianchettoed. Rare, but maybe necessary. Is there going to be tricks? Is there going to be perpetual? I don't see a perpetual. Queen, the queen and knight have this square. If you try to go back and forth on these two. Also, the queen could have dropped back as well. You have to watch out for a knight check. This pawn is pinned. Okay, this should be winning. Yes, it's definitely winning now. Knight takes knight. But even before that, up the exchange and a pawn. Okay, and Shadev. Carlsen in 15th. These pairings are fast pairings. I don't have time to look at the... I have to be faster there, checking out the standings. Still a lot of time to go. Hour 24. Big center here for black. Kicked off with the Dutch. Okay. Sensitive square on g6. Now secure. Challenge the queen soon? No, not just yet. Right now? Yes. Take with that rook. Look for this push. Maybe bishop here and this. No, something with this square. Okay, f5. Why this square? Why does this have my attention? Well, where's your furthest advanced pawn? Right here. Let's get a friend right next to it. That's the idea. It's usually a good idea to have a pawn duo as well. Probably put the bishop here. No, he just exchanges. Why not back up here and say you take me and give me a connected passer? Okay, it's turned very locked. I think there's going to have to be a break over on the queen side to make any progress. This bishop's having a tough time. All pawns on the same color square. Okay, so we do have some progress now. Maybe looking at this. All right, he is getting here. The bishop has a responsibility, an unfortunate one, to babysit the h5 pawn because of this pressure. But black is now pushing through, so that was a very nice break right there. It happened so fast. I think it was in reply to c4. c4 met with c5. If white went for a capture, it would be doubled and isolated, and these two connected and passed pawns far away, two isolated pawns. Yes, c4, c5. That was a really nice move. I think it maybe needed to be met with king here to maintain control over d4. I'm not sure on that. Nihal Sarin, the doctor got that one. Might as well just call him the doctor. Man with the van doesn't have the same ring to it. Approaching 3,000 now. Let's see if he can get Sarin back. Sarin got him with a something king, two rooks, a little fork-a-roni there. He had to resign. He's going for a pawn grab. How many pawns you want? 2. He wants 2. Sacrifices here? Nope. Not just yet. He's taking 3 and then going to put the bishop here and maybe even say one day even if you challenge, so there's going to be an accident happening here. You have to. This is getting to be too much. All right, now the bishop is shut out. All right, he's still going for this, but the bishop, I think he's just going to leave the bishop there if it's challenged. All right, or not. He's up the exchange. There is a train of thought, I believe, to simply keep the bishop there and say, if you take me, you kind of help out my structure, and my king is still secure. Anyhow, about balanced on the clock. Get some trades. Can't move just yet. Yeah, that would have been a bad idea. Mate in 2. So this rook has a sad responsibility. Maybe push. Oh, he's threatening mate on g7. What am I talking about? How to untangle here? Okay, what is he even threatening? He's got to come back. He's giving some checks now. Oh, rook check. Okay, and this is mate next. Bishop has to block. Yeah, that's right. After that pawn falls, this rook that was just a little babysitter of f6 turned out to be a killer. Oh, a mouse slipper. He wanted a chopperoni on d4. Okay, so it feels like an exchange French where... Or no, not an exchange French. An exchange Caro-Kann where white is simply up a pawn. Let's see the conversion. Flight square. Pressure on this square. Grabbing another pawn. Oh, and you don't even... You have to try queen here. Okay, mate and 2 threat. Queen takes. Haha, nice. Rook takes. We have a check first and then here. King's gonna be a running. Also, you're hitting the rook. It's nice. Check, check. Where's the mate? Check, and mate soon enough. You're gonna have to give the queen. Yep. Queen here, only move. Maybe there's even better. Yeah, I think it's mate next here. Queen f4, rook e3 is mate. Okay, so he gets that one. Where are we at? 60s in first. 52, 52. manwithavan is in there at 51, playing against Knight King 96. Alexander Bortnik. If I'm recalling correctly. What was this? Eliekin's defense. Problem on c4. Okay, this knight is a little off sides. Big center for black. A knight is a goner. This knight is under control. Well, it's not easy to contest this open b file because of that bishop. Maybe best piece for black. Maybe best piece currently on board. h3 was maybe looking to hunt the bishop. g4, knight h4. Some pressure on f7. Nice square for the king. It's a little bit vulnerable d4. I don't know if you could get this in. Looking for a sacrifice here, looking for a push, and then breaking through here. I don't know how bad it would be to have a group of 3 pawns like this. I think it's actually quite all right. Okay, he's going with g4. Backing off first. 1 rook off. d4 is hit. Okay, he's going on the offensive. Queen takes here. Also, if this, there'd be queen takes with check. Very important detail, I believe. c6 is hit. Not a fun move. Strictly defensive. Okay, now he gets to the file first, and now this is excellent for white. Winning for white. Rook activity. He's just going to push through with the pawns. He's taking here. It might look odd, but he wants this square should the rook get active. And now check. That's sweet. Just to establish a king position. Very nice. Just get out of my way, pawn. My king needs to play. I don't know if this is winning, though. On the clock, it should be winning. I know what you were going to pre-move. I'm going to cut you off. Okay. I'm not giving check. He was going to go here, I thought. Nope, the old cutoff trickaroni. All right, where are we at? 64, 56, 55. Back 9. All right, let's see. Next pairing, Zhigalko. Still an hour 16 to go. A favorite variation of Zhigalko, this one right here. The Pelican variation. What's the other name for it? That's what I knew it first as. Zveshnikov. Zveshnikov, okay. So, yeah, as black, it's almost always a very bad idea to exchange bishops like this, because you grant the knight the big d5 square. It has to do with the d5 square, the bishop tension. Are we going to get rid of that knight? Black gets this pawn immediately. White wants a square. Maybe. No, he wants e6. Oof. He's up the exchange. He's looking at g7. But is this enough? This queen is very good. Black queen is very good defending on g7. Has a reliable home as well on f6. You don't want to take here. Hang mate in 1. This knight is tricky, for sure. Looking at the c3 square. Take me. I want a passer. He's getting it, but white has a passer as well. Scary. The rook can't help defend. The knight has e3. The pawn has the other one. This is moving fast. Real fast. King here, knight check. Rook here. No, king here. Check, then take here. The knight can be glued in with g4 or rook f4. Okay, now it should be a draw, but the time. He should have maybe done that one move sooner. Okay, where are the time burners? It's not easy to pre-move this one. All right, now this is winning for white. Right here. Okay, you could just push right through. The timing was good with that as well. Okay, the non-calculation way is just stop your pawn first. Stop my opponent's pawn first. Okay, 66. 59. Now check that. 68, 59. Okay, he's in second, man with the van. What's this? Okay, Carol Khan with a wild knight a6 to c7. All right. You don't see that every day. This concerns me a little bit. Queen, can she be deflected? Is he eyeing? Oh, sneakiness. Sneakiness. Is he looking at that for a second? Okay, we just have an ending. Some thinks, oh, he's getting a really, really big square on e5. This is very good for black. Monster knight. Exchange one rook, just one. The other one doing something else. Rook here. He's hungry. This bishop. Really, he's not doing anything. This rook might be dead soon. Here and then here. I think the rook is dead. The bishop will have to move. It's too easy to convert this one, I believe. Maybe push right here. You're going to rattle the bishop position soon. If you don't offset the rook, this, followed by rook takes pawn, is going to be a winner. Just go here, just lock everything down, eventually convert the 3-2 majority on the queen side. Here we go. It's happening and fast. And now here we go. Kick the king away. You're always winning the king and pawn ending. And gobble up pawns. Plenty of time in the tank. 28 to go. Whoa, 28-7. That's a big time difference. 68, 63, 60, top three, all with fire. Savili Golubov, international master. Will not be surprised if I see this I turn to a G soon. All right, let's see. He is over 3,000 now, man with a van. And give this guy up. And be a little bit careful of F2, so doing it in a little different way. We once again have a position where there's a huge knight in the center. Now there's a problem on F6. Not fun. He's getting the queens off. No, he's not getting the queens off. Once the queen's on, why? Safer king. Keep the queens on if you have a safer king. Safeguard your knight. It's not going to be kicked, and that's a game over move. Fork-a-roni. Chop, 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 chop. Rook versus bishop. Stands no chance. Okay. Abic. 72-67. Back 5. A lot of time to go. An hour 11. Who is Convlad? I'm forgetting. Oh yeah, that's a problemo. F5, the bishop's trapped. Whoops. See if he could do something with this now. Bishop versus pawn in bounds. Don't go too far, queen. Alright, so maintaining F3 G2 structure. Removing white's best piece. The rook is also very good, but the knight was best. It's a good idea. Needs probably one rook off? No, maybe just needs to maintain as much material as possible. There was a threat to take on this square. Guess you could grab the A2 pawn if you want. He's going to get this guy in return. Nope. So both pawns are now saved. Want some exchanges. Game continues. It's not easy for this bishop to go further in on the attack here. Right, with these guys still around. Now you could pick this guy up. These guys aren't coordinated well enough. Probably still take here. It is with check. You also have b8 covered. Offer a queen exchange, and now this. I think the queens have to come off. He's going to try to run? No, and he just dropped the rook. Oh, he's going for perpetual. A last try, and it's not there. Now he's going to get checked around. Check, check here, or checkmate like this. That's cleanest. Mate in 2. All right. Carlsen goes down. That's a big loss. 76, 67, 62, 60. Okay, top dog. First time playing in this arena. And the first pairing for these two, I should say. Have to take, otherwise you drop e5 there. White now with the bishop pair. And we're going to have f4 at some point. Black is playing where there is some space. Pawn on d4. You keep things shut down? No, he's okay with these pawns getting this deep, huh? Grab c2. Oh, that's not a fun move to play. Oh, he's got a huge square now on d4. Whew. Really big square. Now this is falling. Now you could take here and then take here with check. Oh, the queen was actually defended. This is gone. Bishop is pinned and will fall next. Okay, so that was a big win against the top guy there. 76-69. What did I miss? This. Okay. It's happening so fast. The knight is dead. Gets a couple pawns. No, just one pawn. He's giving up another for some activity. Remove an aggressive piece as well. Knight versus 2 pawns in balance. Might be an accident here, so you don't want to play, let's say, king g2 looking for this. Knight f4 is going to hurt. Good coordination on f4. Good coordination currently on h6. Have to be careful of that. Don't go too far away, knight or bishop, or the knight will hurt you. So, still, he's getting a pawn back. Knight versus pawn imbalance. Queen here? No, you drop the knight. Knight there, rook there. Open file. It's queen here. You really want a knight here. Maintaining a grip over the light squares now. Get here. The queen, the knight. Knight. Knight on f6. He's keeping the knight right here. He's targeting this point. He's going to freeze all of these pawns. He's going to try to freeze all the pawns. Now he could liquidate because this guy's a runner. Be 3-2, but this guy cannot be caught if everything is simplified on e3. Now we have a check. Maybe just get the queens off. Oh, you have to be a little careful here. Remove the bishop and then try and score. He's going to throw in some checks. Oh, you're not dropping the queen. The queen is defended. Dropping the bishop. Okay, now you're getting another queen. There is no perpetual here. There was no perpetual there for white. And it should not be an issue to convert. He's down on time. Carlsen wins. 76-71. Carlsen now with fire. There's your top page. Anish Giri. We don't have that pairing yet. Another pairing against the top dog. A very big game. Oof. What kind of opening is this? I'm not too familiar with this structure. Hanging pawns. In this case, E and F. Hanging pawns for black. All right. This guy is defended. My knee-jerk reaction is to just play c3 there, but the knight is still around. Fending off, bishop takes b2. Now c3. The knight is free to go elsewhere. Where does he want to go? He's getting a pawn. Take the bishop and then play here. Oh, an in-betweener. Nice. Black just won a pawn, won a second pawn. He's trying to get something here. On e6, the knight is defending. He's allowing rook activity. That's a little surprising. I would have expected this before a rook takes pawn. Yeah, because now the king is cut off and the knight is a very, very tricky piece. If you push, no, the king is entering. You have to watch out about getting mated. Perpetuals? Going for more. He's going for more, and he might get more. Oh, now it's dangerous. Now it's very dangerous. Now it's winning. I believe it's winning. It's winning. It's winning for white. This rook is worth 8. He's too good. Cutting off that king. Here, no. Here, I guess. Wow. That is one beast of a piece of rook on the 7th. Okay, that's a huge win. 78-75 with fire. Another win, and he will have first place status. Rank 1. Another one against Sarin. Let's see how play develops. Very solid for black. Very solid for black. I actually prefer black here. This structure. I don't like that this pawn has gone so far. I mean, playing as black. I think this is a nice positive for white, having this pawn here. So now things are livening up for sure in the center. You cannot take because of a recapture, and then the queen and the bishop will be hit. So you have to keep the tension for a hair. So the structure has changed. Knight looking to park on the e3 square. White eyeing up g6, or b6, maybe grab a pawn as well. All right, can we get rolling here? This, I think, is the idea. b3 and c4. No, he's eyeing up. He's stopping first the knight from getting to g5, and now he's going with piece play, hitting b7 now twice. Pressure on the rook as well. Very good coordination. This is defended. He's grabbing b7. He's okay with giving up b2 in the end. The queen will grab the a pawn, and this guy is going to fly. Okay. Yeah, this is excellent. This is really, really good. Oh, nice trick there. Knight takes knight, you drop the rook. So what's the plan? Knight takes knight, you get back rank mated. That bishop is like a pawn in this position. No good solution here. Rook here does not defend. Still the same idea. Yeah, he has to shed a piece, but there's nothing objectively and nothing on the clock. Okay, another pairing. Is these last, what is it, 6 games? I think 3 of them are against this guy, top guy. 80-79. Still an hour and two to go. And a win here, and he's in first. Man with a van. What was this opening? Carol Khan. Then early knight f6, recapturing with the e-pawn. So the big imbalance has to do with the structures on the queen side. Well, no. There's even more to add with this position. It's the king positions that stand out most. Opposite sides castling. Knight now hit twice. Open files towards the king. Where are the open files towards the white king over here? Do not exist. And these bishops are killers. Bishop check looks good. Is there better? He wants more. He's hitting the bishop. He's looking for bishop h6. He's getting the queen for just a rook now, and the king is a goner. He goes down again, and with that, man with a van is in first with 83 and has fire. Bortnick next opponent. Knight king 96. Knight angling for the d5 square. Mass exchanges. Okay, I guess these guys are ready to go on a rampage. Okay, no. Now, if we could get a knight here or here, things would be great. I guess we're just entering a major piece-specific ending. Imbalance with the structures. Kicking off first with g4, looking to maybe clamp down on both of these two squares. Important h6 move to stop g5. One rook off. And I think these rooks will stick around for a while. White is a tiny bit better, maybe more than a tiny bit. Oh, that is interesting. No. White is no longer better. Black found a very nice way to activate the rook. For a little bit, I was thinking that it was going to be slow, steady progress, and black, wouldn't have been able to make so many productive moves, but he opened things up quickly on the queen side. So this should be objectively a draw. But we'll see. We will see. The rook is getting there. The white king is getting active. This isn't the best post for the rook. This is now, I think... How do you do this? How do you convert this? Because here you take and you can't recapture with the pawn. Oh, he's being tricky. Okay, the king should be there in time. Rook here, push, king over, and then you could take and then go here. This will be a draw. Hits with check. Draw on board. Okay, very nice play by knight king to activate that rook. That c5 break hit really fast. Sara, next opponent, under an hour to go. 85-80, 5-point edge for the doctor. 1,064 are entered. Once again, this variation with the Caro-Kann. E takes f6, and the bishop pair is present for Team White. Controlling f4. No, he's okay with giving up control over f4. Opposite sides castling. Open file now for the rooks. Things did not go well last time for black in this variation, and doesn't seem to be doing well here either. White prepared to double. White prepared to maybe push this pawn down black's throat. Let's see. White now up the exchange. Could take on g7 with check. Maybe even give up the queen in some variation. Is that possible? It's not necessary. Oh, black is threatening to kick the queen away from defense of the bishop. That's a little problematic there. What's the solution? Do you have to ignore this for a second? No, okay, we're having something fancy. This is the mate in 2 threat. Boom, check, check, mate in 3 threat if you take the queen. Boom, 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 check, and mate. So... the other detail is the queen swing in here, and now if you defend this, we have that. Mate in 1. So slick. So slick. This man with the van guy. Oh, man. With the van. Oh, man with the van. Pigs. Wild pigs on the 7th. That wasn't intended. He went all in. He went all in, and he shouldn't have. He missed this queen check, or maybe just missed this initial check for starters. Because king here, and he's getting mated. And if this, then there's checkmate. Oh, okay. Oh, and he's a little, I think he's a little, he's a little angry. I see that H-pawn launched on move 1 of the next game. I think there's a little anger. A little anger there. Yeah, I see the chat there. The pigs. Throwing out the pigs emote. He's still in first. That's a painful loss, though. He found a really good resource. Bishop e3. Really like that. Bishop e3. Setting up a mate in 3, and also simply a clearance for the queen. I like this move, and then diving the knight in here. The one Leela game I'm reminded of, okay, where you actually sacrifice the queen, a variation where you're putting the queen in a spot where she could be captured by a pawn. Anyhow, I am not familiar at all with this player. So nice. So nice. This rook over here, you take me. You have to go. Give up your knight. And what's the conversion? Let's see. It's a little strange still. Feels like this pawn could be won soon. And there's still work to be done over here. There's still work. And you don't have a lot of time. Should be winning. There isn't a great home yet for the knight. And now the position's simplifying, so you just get rid of... We might have some dirty tricks here. He's not going to take the pawn. He's going to go for a time burning strategy. Blockade the pawn and dance around with the knight. Here we go. He's going for a dance. Oh, repetition. Okay. He's looking for a win. Sasha! Ranked 15, so this is Carlsen versus Grischuk. First time playing in the arena, Sasha. Let's see. No queens on board. Some play on the queen side. Space Invader pawn wants a dark square bishop exchange. This is Carlsen's bad guy. White king in on the e6 square. Now check that d6 square. This is a really annoying knight. An inconvenience for black, for sure. This bishop is a bit of a pest as well to the rooks. A couple minor pieces being a pest to the rooks. Safeguarding c6 so this knight can be kicked. This knight's being kicked around. This knight is still out of bounds. Take the bishop? No, just react. I like white. White is better. Hang on. White is down a pawn, but white has better pieces. Yeah, white has better pieces, and he's... Okay, if you take the rook, the knight recaptures and defends this pawn. So clever. There's some activity. Okay, so if you take here, I take there. He's getting c5 now. You take here, then this pawn would fall. He wants to take here with check. Sasha up a good 5 seconds. He's finding a way to defend. Okay. Black is now up a pawn. There was a fork threat in there. You have another check. He's getting this pawn. Okay, now this is winning for black. Back on the clock, though. There is no check here. Watch out for mates. No mate just yet. This is defended. All right. 8 seconds to 10. This is still defended. He's in a pin. He just dropped the exchange. Oh, it's going to be a rat race. It's going to be a photo finish. We have a tricky knight versus a rook. Who you got? Who you picking on this one? I take the knight all day. The knight's going to win it. There he is. What a tricky guy on g5. What a battle that was. Those knights had a death grip over the queen side there. That was not fun. When you have to babysit your pawn like that, the knight putting pressure on that structure, it's not fun. If you haven't felt that position yet, I don't know, stay away from it. It's not a fun one. Wildness. All right. Pushing through in a timely way with d5, otherwise you may not get that in. White just a move away. Oh, what are you not hitting with that bishop? These 3 pieces are all unprotected. What a beast. A beast on b3. All right, that was a fast pairing. 90 with fire, 86. Still 51 and change to go. Oh, I keep forgetting there's that little trick there. All right, so white has a nice pawn right here, but black has the bishop pair. Unopposed bishop as well. And so he's looking to squash that bishop, looking for the f5 break. So maybe something to support this. No. Stopping maybe a knight from getting there. Not sure. Okay, just pushing through. He's trying to seal off this bishop. Yeah, those last few moves, they were fighting. There's a fight going on over that bishop. Black wanted some activity, and white was trying to shut the activity down. Black is now up the exchange. White has a pawn for it. What? Exchange queens and then rook here? And you missed that. Pretty sure. Exchange queens, rook check. This king is wild. Okay, this one's a gunner. The queen is gone, and soon the king. Okay, Carlsen down. 90, 86. 82, 79, 76. All right, here we go. Sarin again. Close to a most frequent opponent, I believe. So let's see. Gonna go for this G3 idea. Hang on, F1 is, or F2 is hit. Get out of here. Is that rook just gonna... Oh, okay, he's going for that. I was thinking that was an only move. Rook. I was thinking rook here would be trapped somehow, but no, he just had a way to get the material back. And he can't step over here. He's just going to go for perpetual. No, he's kicking the knight away first and then revisiting these checks. Oh, king takes this here and then a skewer town on the e-file. Backing up with the bishop. F4 would now hit with check. Bishop cannot move. Mate on B2. Is there anything better than the perpetual? I don't think there is. Even here, there's still this. There's no H8. Okay, he's rook lift. Rook F4. There's a knight check, a queen check here, and then rook check here. It's getting mated. He was trying to get a little too much there. And it just wasn't there. Sarin gets another. 3 out of 5 in Sarin's favor there. All right, manwithavan. Are we getting a pairing? Yes, macro. It's in 14th place. Carlsen still in first. 48 to go. Can't move the knight. There'd be a problem on F2. All right, so got to take with the queen. This pawn was pinned. And we enter this ending. Where white is up a pawn. Are you even getting this guy back? I don't see it. Oh! No, that's... He's still trying. Oh, these are very ugly. So... No, he's going to try and exchange it off. Rook here? Okay, that's a really weird imbalance. Don't take that pawn, it's poison. This rook might be trapped. You don't want to take here because a king here. Oh, so here there's going to be a push and then this. And he's going to get one of these two pawns. Yeah, otherwise rook here and the rook would be stuck and the king sneaks around like this. Simply gobbles up the rook. It's still dangerous. It's still very dangerous for the rook right now. Okay, he found a way out. The rook, and this ending is winning now. Superior king position in the end tells me that. Yeah, this guy is pushing through. Okay. Yeah, that was a little dangerous, putting that rook on b5. Knight king again, 92, 88, 84, 47 to go. Bortnik. Their third game. d4. Kingside fianchetto. Oh, it's too quick there with the e4. He dropped a pawn. Let's see if he can make something out of this. Very solid for black. He's asking for a sacrifice here. Bishop there, get a knight here now. Knight f3, move the bishop, knight g5, knight f7. Now king up first. So what's the story here? I'm really tempted to go here. Bishop move, knight here. Okay, knight here as well. Knight e5, what's the story? Okay, first he wants to put some pressure on this square, I guess. Well, rook takes and then here. You missed that shot? I guess. I think that was a good opportunity. Oh, you take the knight. Oh, it's mate. Forced mate. Queen gets to the h-file. Chop, check, check, mate. Opportunity missed, I think, to give up the rook and get two minor pieces. Queen had pressure on the bishop. All right, next game we go. Let us see. What do we do? We defend e5 first. Watch over d5. It's super sensitive. Knight, bishop, pawn are all there. Okay, he's looking for a c4 move. Okay, no c4 there. Now, okay, now d4. Big square. Both these squares are huge. You work around the knight or just take them. Work around them. I don't want to give you a connected passed pawn. nor the e4 square. Maybe this? None of the above. Okay, now that. Why? Just getting that pawn? Okay, he wants opposite color bishops. The rook is hit. His pawns are pushing through. I don't care about pawn quantity. It's all about pawn quality here. And this guy is way far advanced. He's down only a pawn right now. He has these two moves. Let's see how fast this pawn is. Okay, he's threatening some stuff. Oh, this pawn is dangerous, huh? We have a check on g5. That's ruled out. Now he wants a queen exchange. White is better. These pawns are huge. He's there, one way or the other. Okay, now how do we assess this one? This should be a draw. Oh, maybe not. Okay, now it should be a draw. I don't know. Time. You just got to stare at the time there. Okay, black. Oh, white just threw in a sneaky h6 move. The doctor goes down. Okay, ooh. Oh, who was that against? That guy's now in second. No, that wasn't the game. He wasn't just paired up with that guy. Anyhow, the doctor, the Mr. Man with the van, is in first, but only by a hair. No fire. The guy in second has fire. Manchester United pro. Has the doctor's number. Dr. Carlsen there. 4.5, 1.5. All right. F5. Or knight g6. I've fallen for this one far too many times because of that pin. Knight g6 is a serious threat. White is doing very well here. Play on the queen side, and the white pieces are ideally placed on that side. We're going to have knight a5 again, and you have to devote a rook to defending this pawn. Seeing a pattern here. This is a very strong piece. Knight on that edge square. Just like in Sasha Carlsen game. One rook off, white still the better side here. Even on the clock, now making some progress, trying to undermine black's strong point on e4. He's winning a pawn now. Some activity for the rook right here. Pressure on the pawn. Okay, knight is tricky, so we're going to get into a knight race. Okay, we got two. All pawns are passed. Whose are faster? If the knight moves, there's a check, and this guy will fall. Rook first, ideally placed behind the passed pawn. Careful, king. Well, king can't even go here. Both of these are covered. King stepping over. Okay, time is a-ticking. Under 10. He's in a tough spot here. Rook takes pawn, rook takes pawn. Okay, now he's hitting here and here. Knight takes pawn with check. Okay, we're going to have a time scramble. And black should be winning this. 3 seconds to 11 is not going to be enough. Really nice game. A lot of Mr. Manchester United pro put a lot of pressure on him on the queen side there. Then he got into a think. Once that pawn was just a step away, it got very tricky. Opper, another IM opponent. Where are we at? 96-96. Carlsen without fire. All right. Another variation with this e takes f6. So Sarin and Opper are both playing this variation with e takes f6. I'm going to have to check this one out a bit more. I play g takes f6 quite a bit to test out this variation sum. So once more, opposite sides castling. This is looking a little dangerous over here. Ready to take the knight and then maybe lock things up with c4. Let's be careful. This diagonal is dangerous, huh? Is there going to be an accident happening here? Here? What are the checks looking like? Are we there yet? There's no bishop. Bishop c2. Trying to kick that bishop away. I almost feel like, well, you take, I guess, here. Is it really going to be enough? What? Oh, I think he just had a blind spot. I think he just missed that. Yeah, I think he just missed that bishop was defending c2. Okay, ooh, this is the 1 versus 2. 1 versus 2 here. Right? Yeah, okay, the doctor won that. I just wanted to make sure. And it wasn't that last move either. It wasn't like a mouse slip. He didn't mean to go to the 7th rank. I don't think there was anything exciting happening there. Okay. No idea who this is. No idea. First time I'm seeing this account in Titled Arena. First time seeing this account, period. Okay. Pawns are ready to roll. Oh, I'm seeing in the chat. Okay, all right. Settle down, you guys. I'm trying to focus on these squares. I'm missing enough. I'm missing stuff in the chat. That's nothing. MVL, you're telling me. Okay, all right. Maxime. Wow. You guys are good. I'll have to just take your word for it. Who can I trust in the chat? That's somebody I was looking for. When I was just looking at the chat there, I was looking for Slim MG77. A neighbor, a friendly neighbor. Hope you're doing good there in Philly, Mickey. All right, we have MVL. All right, and he's going to be losing a knight soon. Okay, so Magnus Carlsen beats Maxime. Mr. MVL goes down, and that was probably the biggest game right there as I was just staring at the chat. You guys distracting me from the most important game of the tournament so far. All right, Evans Gambit on board. I don't care about my B pawn. Give me a center. Give me development. All right. Chop. Targeting f7. Targeting the rook. Move rook. I want f7. I want the exchange. He's getting the exchange, I believe, by force. Bishop there. This is now a move at some point. Prepared to take with the pawn if knight takes, and then maybe grab the e5 pawn. White is up the exchange. Black has a pawn for it. Some weaknesses on the king side for white. He's getting a second pawn. He's getting this guy back rank mates. Where are the tricks? Deflect the queen away? Okay. King f8 is forced? Okay, it's a 2 minor pieces versus the rook now. He's trying to kick the... I was thinking king here, trying to deflect the bishop away defending this, so black is better here. Black doing well to neutralize the rook activity. Doesn't want to see this rook enter his side of the board. There goes the a-pawn, so we're going to have some race. Bishop's defending the knight. This pawn's pushing through, but he's getting a piece as well. The queens are off. Or, queen is blundered, I should say. Off is like saying there's an exchange there. Okay, 106, 102, 96. You guys were probably going crazy multiple times when I think I said that earlier. I wasn't sure who that player was. Okay, this guy here. A lot of first-time players in this event. How many are entered in there? Nearly 1,100. Beefy. A very beefy arena. The beefiest arena, I think. Pretty sure. This is nearby. Bishop goes back voluntarily. These knights are clumsy. Don't like them. Not a fan. Oh boy. A lot of weaknesses now in White's camp on the king side. This pawn has gone too far. What would we like to have happen? Okay, first, some control over d5, some trades on d5. Queen g5 is aggressive, does permit a fork though. So first, kick the knight, and then think about aggression on the king side. And then there's this. Fork-a-roni. White now up the exchange, looking for simplifications. Wants a light square bishop exchange. White moving towards the center, careful. Bishop has a responsibility. King has a responsibility. Some more exchanges soon. Rook h2. Hitting h2, threatening a queen exchange. Defending h2, stopping a queen exchange. And now we have... Oh, okay, giving up the rook for a minor piece and a pawn just to get the queen there, defending g7. How's this ending looking? It's looking pretty good now. Up a pawn. More active rook. Up second pawn now. Up a third pawn. Soon with check. He's had enough. Towel is thrown in. 110 with fire. MVL ready to go, though, with fire. And is he in a game? He's not in a game, I don't think. Might be getting that pair. No, he is in a game against Esipenko. 33 and change to go. Retired guy. Retired 93. He came out of retirement just for this arena. That's how big an arena this is. All right. Not sure who this player is. I'm just being silly. Okay, trying to deflect the knight away from defense of the bishop. The queen didn't step over to just any square. Some support was needed over the bishop. Black is solid. White is looking for a5. Black getting some play for the rooks. Okay, doing well to shut things down, and now a6, an important move. Keep these guys disjointed, and now pinpoint something. This is the something. And now an interference move. Bishop b7. That bishop was too strong, needed to be challenged, is challenged, and now we enter this ending where what? These guys are soon going to be exchanged, yes. White remains maybe just a tick better. More than a tick better? I think so. Better king position and a far more active rook. Oh, okay. Now that's interesting. Well, the king is still a little bit better. You could try for something sneaky here. Bishop c5 nearby. Whoa, he's in a pickle. This is a one king and pawn ending. Yep, here. Could we have seen at least maybe a couple more moves? Oh, it's just still a one king and pawn ending. The pawn doesn't have to push through directly to get a queen. You could still just win that outside passed pawn. I see. Only a little bit later. I see. All right, mate on h7. Don't hang mate on h7, never enough. All right, watch out. Looking for mate on g7. Be dangerous. And now c5, no soup for you. No diagonal for you. And now trying to maybe make some progress on the king side. Or queen side. Take me. I like forks. Oh boy. Need some support over this square. I don't know how things are going to turn out here on the queen side. Too much stuff happening. Queen here, defend b5. It's going to be some pressure here. This is a huge pawn, biggest pawn in the game. c6, connected and passed, 2 steps away. He'd bolt any moment. This guy doesn't want to go too far away. And he's found a way to defend. Okay, he's getting this pawn. This guy's falling. No, not just yet. 20 to 24. Careful on h1. He's getting that pawn. f2 pressure. Oh. Whoa. What a slick move. What a slick move. You got to get here. If this pawn gets here, you're getting here, guaranteed. And okay, this is winning for white. That was played so fast. Rook d7. And now it's winning. Promotion with check. Don't get mated. Don't get mated. It's not going to happen. Okay. Never enough goes down, but not without a big fight. For sure. 118, 112. MVL has been on a 4-game winning streak since the last game with Carlsen. Sarin, next opponent. 30 minutes on the nose remaining. This time just flies by. Okay, so 3-2 is their match score for this event. Let's see. Okay, he's going hunting for the bishop. Will he get that? Is he going all in? H5, H5, F3. Take with the pawn. He's going to take with the pawn. No, he's going to take with the knight. Okay. Yeah, why take with the pawn there? That didn't make much sense. Is his pawn falling? He's okay with that? He'd prefer not to have this rook getting active? I'm not sure of the reasoning there. Okay. He's looking for maybe d5. I think black is doing well. He's up a pawn, and I like the minor piece. That's the big factor here. I like the minor piece. Careful here, could get pushed away, discover check, maybe lose the queen. This knight is eyeing up a big square on d3. And it's too simplified to give up the rook for the knight and the pawn. Pressure on c7 and c4. Rook takes pawn, simply defending. Pressure on f6 now. This is sensitive. Don't want the queen getting there. Interference move first. Exchange nearby. Okay, this is going to be one. Whoa, he's nearly getting mated. So the knight moves, the king takes pawn. The king's ready to play here. Oh, we're going to have an accident happening. Checkmate soon, maybe this first, here, and then this if the king was forced here, but he could take the pawn. Okay, there's not going to be a mate. It's going to be a mouse race. And even though black is the one who's going to try to win this, he isn't going to win this one. Only the penguin, I think, can maybe pull this one off. Only the penguin. Oh, get that rook out of there. Don't allow the rook exchange. Okay, man with the van, a draw. Oh, and MVL lost a game. So 120, 116. Number 3 guy. Okay, game number 5, looking to go 5-0 against Convalad. Let's see. Wow, so an exchange. Caro? Queenside castles for black. Queenside castles for both. Queenside play now. Knight on c4 nearby. Knight on c4 right away. Prepared to take with the pawn. Don't drop this guy. Rook on b1. Maybe a rook on b1 right now. Take, take. Discover check, you get the bishop. Still okay with this. He's giving some material right back. Okay. Oh, that's a strong piece. It's a very strong piece. Okay, so takes or push, you grab the knight. Knight move is nice. This is serious. This is really serious. Ready to take, and then take here. In the danger zone. Oh. Queen there. It's prepared to recapture and have pressure on the bishop. Somehow balanced. Okay. No, it's not balanced. What am I talking about? Well, I'm having a lot of trouble keeping up with this one. There was so much action happening there. Just he's going to get mated. Bishop has to play here. That was a big loss for Carlsen. 1-4, a big win. 120, 116. MVL with the second loss. Lost his last one to Opper. Okay, and another pairing here against Sarin. Their 7th game. Oh, and falling for a basic trickaroni. The old e5 move. No, maybe it probably wasn't falling for anything. It was a mouse slip, I think. He wanted bishop to g5 or something. Bishop f4. Bishop f4, e5. Nice trick. Fork. Back-to-back fork trick. He is up a clean knight. He's going to get this guy, I think. No, he's making life difficult. Yeah. He's not allowing this pawn to fall so easily. Gonna get aggressive over here? Unnecessary? It's unnecessary. Don't move the rook. Okay, this square is guarded anyhow. What to do? Queen here? Resigner. Okay. Didn't have much to say on that one. 120, 118, no, 122. Didn't register right away. 122, 118, 24 to go. Here we go. 1 versus 2. Carlsen versus MVL. I'm taking your word for it. And I could trust you. I could trust you. Like I was saying earlier, Slim MG, if Slim MG says it, I believe it. Okay. E4, maybe this before you even see E4. Try to anticipate this eventual trio, put a dent. Although you're bringing the bishop to life. There's some really nice squares here for the black pieces. Really nice squares. And these rooks are having a tough time for sure. Only one square, but then there's going to be something, I guess. It's happening too fast. Slow down, guys. I mean, what are you playing, a bullet game? You are. Oh, a little dangerous here on f6. Remove that knight. It's a little scary. Some defense here. A little defense. E5. He's going hunting. You take that? He could take that. Knight check. You take with the knight. Get out of the line of fire. There's a pin on the bishop. Oh! Just drop the knight. Uh-oh. MVL has this one. He's up a knight and a pawn. Another one falls. Yeah, and this is really clean. Nothing more to attack. Big game. Another pairing against Sarin. 122, 120, 116. Anyone's game. Anyone's tournament. Those top three. Looking for a trick. Maybe knight here. We get a quick mate. All right, kingside fianchetto. Keep the bishops on board. Oh, counterattack against here. Okay. You had to take here right away because there was a follow-up skewer threat. Doesn't care about the a-pawn. Safeguards the king first. Now we have a passed h-pawn. It's really deep. Really, really deep. Step away. Once the queen's off. Pawn quality. Oh, both of them are falling. Maybe the king steps up to f3. f3 king. No, he doesn't want to get out of the pin just yet. Here. Get out of that pin. Okay, this is one way to get out of the pin. It's just broken. Ah, rook takes. You take the queen first and only then recapture. Nice. It's all about that pawn. You're too good. Okay, 124, 120, 120. Rank 2 and 3 both have fire. Carlsen does not. How many more games are we getting? About 10. Okay. Here we go. Another one against MVL. E4, F4. King's Gambit. An excellent King's Gambit for Carlsen. Yeah, this has turned out very well right out of the gates. Opposite sides castling. I'm not sure how great this bishop is. Black's trying to make something of it, undermining that structure. But now we have an open G file. This bishop is a strong piece. Knight could jump into f5. Okay, he's just removing that bishop. He's too good. I think if the knight went in here, he'd maybe be captured right away. So an imbalance, a knight and pawn versus a rook. Targeting g6. Exchanging rook and take with the knight. Oh, a nice in-betweener. The knight takes here with check first. These guys are flying. King here. Stop queen c4. Get this pawn going a little bit more. Keeping the queens on. And this knight is a very good defender against perpetual checks. He's grabbing this pawn now. He's going to get rolling with this pawn. The queens are off. This is winning for black. The king will be there in time to stop this pawn, and this is an outside passer that the knight hates. Throwing a check, inconvenience the king, and this is all too clean. Might have a resigner. This seems clean. Well, he's going to play on. Avoid the pawn exchange. It's still tricky. You have a knight, huh? Five seconds each. Can't take the knight just yet. Could still be a win for Carlsen. A draw. I just go full spectator mode sometimes. I just have to just shut up and watch them move sometimes, you know? Quit your talking. Sarin, this is like every other game. We're playing against Sarin. Wow. Game number 9. Okay, number 7 guy. We haven't seen a pairing against Anish Giri. Just one game with Sasha, or Grischuk, and none with Giri. I wonder where he's at. This H-file is looking pretty dangerous for black. Rook here, we're gonna have something dangerous. At the very least, you get the queen. Get the exchange. So cool. King D1. Certain moves just make me laugh, and that's one of them. Just so cool. How many of you are thinking this or that? Raise your hand. I'm cool on D1. Come get me. Okay, he got that one. 127, 126. I think we're gonna have a nail biter here. These top 3 are making it very interesting. Inventing invention. There's Grischuk. He's in 9th. Okay. First pairing against inventing invention. Let us see. One open file. The C file. Imbalance. Bishop pair. Bring this guy to life. A trickaroni. An in-betweener there. Black just won a pawn. Knight on D4. Big battle over D4. White got the pawn back. The knight feels a little stranded. No, there's still these little tricks based on the unprotected knight. Rook? Still chipping away, trying to chip away at D4. Nearly every move by black has been directed at the D4 square, indirectly, directly. Up 2 exchanges, white is up 2 exchanges and 2 connected pass pawns. This one's a goner for Carlsen. Yes, okay, so Carlsen resigns. That's a big loss. None of them have fire. 127, 126, 124. Inventing invention. These top 5, not quite out of it yet. They could still have a good run. 15 minutes to go. Rook G1. Okay. Rook G1, move 6. Sicilian Najdorf. Ooh, once more we're seeing this knight on A5 from white's perspective this time. There's a square on C6, most vulnerable square, I think, in black's camp. Alright, can we kick this bishop away? You're running out of squares, yeah? I think you're running out of squares. This bishop's having a tough time. So, I mean, bishop here, you swipe the knight first and then take on c5. Get the 2 minor pieces for the rook. There's still an accident ready to happen. The knight is dominating the bishop currently. Alright, so he's giving up the exchange. He has to give up the exchange. He's down a pawn. And now, he's going to resign. No, he's not. He is up now a rook, the exchange and a pawn. No, just the exchange now. Oh, that's checkmate. Okay, 129, 128. MVL says not so fast. And this guy here in third with fire. Okay, big pairing right here. If white wins this, white's going to be, or Convalide is going to be in first. Okay, so we have an exchange Caro-Kann. Very solid, very healthy structure for black until g5 is in, so he's prepared to go elsewhere with the king. King side it is. Opposite sides castling, and now it's a race. Who's going to win the race? Who's going to get the open file first? Both are there, very quick. Doesn't even want to recapture. Give me the H file. Okay, so now it's technical. Secure the knight, secure the F file squares, plug things up with the knight here. At some point, this can be captured. Black, I think, is the better side. This pawn is a liability and can fall, and there's a fork nearby. Oh, black is up a pawn, angling for knight here. Just remove that knight. It is a best piece. Rook is very active. The knight is out of bounds. Way offsides. Here and then this. Nope, going for a different square. The knight wants to go on d5. Checkeroni, another check here. Nope, rook up, targeting this. King stepping towards the center. What's that rook even threatening? We don't know. There's a think. He's grabbing a pawn, doesn't care about this guy. He wants king activity. He wants this pawn. He's going to win the knight ending. He's going to try to win the knight ending. It's going to be a race. It's going to be a race. Who's going to win the race? Okay, this pawn, it's at least a draw for black. And this should be a draw. I don't think there's enough time either for some knight game where you just avoid exchanges and stuff. Let's see. Are they really going to dance for forever? There'll be a repetition before there's something. There we go. Okay, the knights are forced off. And with that, we have 130, 130, 128. MVL has fire. With 12 and change, still shy of 1,100 players in this titled arena. Penguin! It's been a while, Penguin. He's still around. He's in 10th. Penguin on board playing the white side of Benoni. Going for his knight e2 to g3 variation. I've seen this go wrong for him once, I think, against Carlsen. This variation. I don't think it's going wrong in this particular game, but it has gone wrong. It's going okay here. A clamp on the queen side. Knight looking for this square. What is it really striking at? This might be one of those cases where the knight is on a secure square. It's a weak square, but is he really connected well with any other piece? This bishop might... Okay, you have to give up the bishop for a knight, I believe. This is useful. Okay, now this is targeted. So the knight on c4. And this pawn is passed. Okay, he's trying to round up this pawn. Stopping any ideas of g4. Black is up a pawn, but back 5 seconds. Not a good idea against this guy. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Exchange of rooks in a funky way. Let's see. You take my rook, I take yours. Avoiding that exchange. Want some pieces on. Saying I have the safer king. I'm okay with being in a pin for just a little bit. Don't move bishop. You give up queen g5. Or maybe rook g5. Okay, it's very scary. We're approaching danger land. Oh my goodness. You're allowing this? Where's the mate? Where is the mate? He's running for his life now. You have to give a check on the diagonal. Where's the mate, though? There's a mate threat here. Oh, this pawn falls. There could still be mate in 2, though. Is the king hiding? Is there another check? Check, check. No, it's not mate. The king is slipping away. He's got mate. Black is going to get mated. Time! Where's the time? There's no time! What a crazy game. Oh, manwithavan gets it. Carlsen gets it. 134. He is back, though. He's in second place. 134 with fire. 132. 128. What did I miss? It's 9 moves against Georg Meyer. Whoa. They're probably... You look at the graph with that game. Stockfish will be, I don't know, up and down. A bunch of blunders in that one at the end, for sure. So wild. Okay, I am back. My computer crashed on me. Or my screen went dark there. That's the first time in a while that has happened. And it was not good timing. Okay, where are we at here? Where are we at? Yeah, when you see people saying refresh in the chat, let them know. Refresh. Or, when they say the stream isn't up. Anyhow, where are we at? Manwithavan is in first. 138 with fire, 135, 130. No fire for second and third. Some SAR 42, 7th place, Khan on board. What did I miss? A minute or two? Let's see. Once more. Okay, so this is, I guess, a pretty trendy variation, I'm guessing. I'm seeing many players go for this E takes F6 stuff. It's a problem on A2. Okay, now rip open some file on the queen side. Try to. Black shuts it down there. Takes F6. Oof. Problems on the dark squares. Doesn't care about bishop here or here. Oof. Maybe there wasn't a good solution to that. Okay, that was a quick loss. Ooh, that might just be over. That's it, I think. 142, 135, only 5 minutes left. Up 7, and you have fire. Yeah, I think we're just 1 win away from this being sealed. Opper having a very good tournament. 6th place. So far, still looking for a top 5 finish. And they're still looking to grab some cash. Top 5 get something. Knight is hit. All right, he's just getting out of harm's way. There is a check. Check here. The bishop is defended. He's getting this pawn, though, and he will take it. Oh, that's why king there. Doesn't want to give that pawn up. Bishop takes pawn is a threat. The D pawn is pinned. All right, and now queen takes here. It's looking very good. Where's the safe square here for the queen? Okay, queen on A5. Yeah, the rook's gonna get in here. This guy right here is not playing. Rook here to here first centralizes the knight. Oh, so fancy. Oh, just to land a double check. And I'll get the queen right back. And things are super clean, super technical. And that's going to be the one that does it. For sure. Up 11 now with fire. Going down with a little flash there. Musbeck. Rauf Mamedov. Berserking. Carlsen. Currently in 27th. That's how strong this tournament is. Yes, 27th place. Fantastic player. And was a little too excited. Pre-move mode with knight b5. This is not going to go well here. Exchange queens. Pick your favorite way to do it. Yeah, he got another W. 150. He's running away with it now. Who's going to get top 5? Oh, Sasha is in 5th place there. Alexander Grischuk. Penguin is in there at 4th. Let's get to a game. Are we getting another game? He's not in pause mode. One more game. Do something crazy for the final game. Let's see. Ah, what a final game. We're getting a Berserk game. Carlsen is berserking Grischuk. Playing for the fans. He's playing for the fans. Can he beat Grischuk in a Berserk game? Trying to show off. Why not? Why not? I got the tournament. Let's see if I could beat Grischuk in Berserk mode. We're going to find out. I say no. It's not happening. Grischuk is over 3,000. And, whoa, hang on though. He's down a pawn. No, he's down a rook. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's getting mated? No, the queens are off. 11 seconds to 35. Who do you take? Oh, he got a piece back. You get the piece back, though. No, you don't. You're still up the rook. 3 pawns versus the rook. 8 seconds. Rook here to here. It's defended, though. You got mate next. Perpetual? He's going to take a perpetual. What a finish. 4 pawns versus the rook. You only had 4 seconds, though. Let's just repeat. I drew you in Berserk mode. 152, 137. We're still going to get one more pairing. As long as he doesn't go into pause mode. Come on, one more for the fans against the Penguin. Double Berserk. Let's do it. There it is. These guys know how to finish. There we go. A double Berserk game. This won't finish for the tournament, but let's see. Penguin still fighting for a little extra cash, maybe. He's in 4th. I'm not sure where he's at exactly. Yeah, it's not going to finish. He's hoping to hold on to at least 4th. Let's see. 2 knights versus 2 bishops. Still an open position. Can still open. I give this one to the Penguin. Those bishops. Oh. If you take here and then take there? I guess the knight was going to take there. 10 seconds. Yeah, this just doesn't work out against Penguin. It just doesn't work out. He's too slippery. He's too fast. Whoa, but that knight is dangerous. He always has some time in the tank. Almost always. Okay, the Penguin gets the final game. manwithavan goes down in the final game. That does not count for the tournament. Final standings. manwithavan, the doctor, the man with many accounts, Magnus Carlsen finishing first, 152. MVL, as you guys pointed out many times, finishing second, 139. Vlad, who is this? Vladimir Konev, finishing just reading the I love green fields and I ride like a horse towards Magnus. I'll be there soon. I'm on my way. Okay. Who else? Where are we at here? Why can't I get to the tournament area? All right. Let's try it like this. Boom. Boom. No, he's not there. Very, very roundabout way. We're getting there, though. All right. Boom, boom, boom. This is where I want to be. So, you got first, the guy riding a horse towards Magnus. Penguin getting 4th. Grischuk getting 5th. Inventing Invention 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's your top 10. FIDE Master VS99. Very good result. top 10. Now, we did not see any game with Giri. Where did Giri finish? Top 20? Sarin finishing in 13. Opera just out of page 1. Might have to search for Giri. Where's Giri? Maybe he didn't play in the whole tournament? We'll go through the top 10. How about that? Or the top 100, I should say. Bortnik finishing 40th. Yeah, it is a beefy tournament. Normally we see some Carlsen versus Baba Ramdev games. Not this time. All right. There he is. Giri finishing 41st. Zhigalko 42nd. I don't think we had a single pairing against... I don't think Carlsen played against Zhigalko. Okay, let's still go on through. Top 50, 60. And I'm not going to go through all the pages. That is your top 100 in, I think, what is the biggest titled arena we have seen yet, with 1,093 entered in there. How many actually ended up playing, I don't know. But that is a huge turnout. Probably the strongest. Yeah, probably the strongest event thus far. Good games all. That was nice.